begin with the last one. How do I create time for the home front? Interestingly, where it would have been most difficult is if my wife were not doing what I was doing. So my wife and I, because we are doing the same thing, we have reasons to see ourselves. We have reasons to meet ourselves. So even if we don't, let me say, we don't have to see ourselves at all, when it's time for NSPPD, we'll meet ourselves. So, and by the time we're done with NSPPD, we all transit to my office and all of that. So we keep, because we are doing the same thing again and again. So I have two children. My daughter is in secondary school, and then my oh yes, I'm not as young as you think I am. So and I have my little son, and all that. So we find a way of him coming by my office when we're done with the service. He goes to school, comes back, comes to my office at the end of service. We hang out for a little while and all that. But he's still in that place where he likes to scatter things. So I don't deal a lot with too much scattering. So he stays a while, pushes down one thing, kicks down one another. I start going. So the mom can deal with things that are scattering. I don't know how to deal with scattering my things around. So that's how I deal with the home front. And it's very chill. Like, once there is an understanding, coming here, my wife and I, like I said, we will have reasons to talk because we're doing the same thing. We have reasons to talk because as I am here right now, there's something she needs to do. So that's why it's either the person I'm with is in the same purpose with me or has a clear-cut understanding. He loves what I'm doing. He's into what I'm doing. Because you must find something because I know that this is an intense season of my life. I'm sure my wife, if this is streaming online, this is her nature. Any place I go to and I'm preaching, my wife is watching online. And when she's done, she's my first sister. I say it everywhere. My wife will be the one saying, oh my God, look at this, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. And my wife is my cheerleader. If my wife were to be here, and I'm not saying it because she's my wife, I'm saying it because it's the truth. Anywhere, if you find me preaching in church, and I'm preaching in church and my wife is in church, and if they don't tell you, you think that this one zealous pastor is my wife. She's taking, and it's coming from her heart. Every Monday, my wife gives me a seed. Every Monday, my wife gives me a seed. She puts a seed together and says it's a seed for her man of God. Every Monday, so we just meet ourselves, somewhere. So that way, I don't have to complain and all, because right now she has to do something. She has to be in church, and do this other one. So our purpose keeps bringing us together, because right now we are past the level of sitting down together and saying, I love you, and you love me. Can we not do? We have passed that level. Right now we are building structures that work. And so what is important is how often we communicate to ourselves about what we are building. So that is that for the home front. Which other one said?
Discovering your child's destiny.
Discovering your child's destiny is as easy. Let me not say it's very easy. But now the quality of your relationship with God, your own quality of relationship with God, now will become your direct access into knowing what the destiny of your child should be. Very easy. You cannot be praying for a child every day, talking to a child, whether by dream, whether by revelation, whether by anyhow. God will speak to you about the destiny of that child. I don't believe God is that wicked that I'm coming to God's presence and every day of my life I'm taking some 10 minutes or 15 minutes to speak in tongues over my children, even when I don't know the prayer point to pray about, and I'm just keep pando, say pado, and I use 15 minutes pray on this person, 15 minutes pray. God will show you. God will show you somehow. Another, he may not come like, oh, today, God, show me what you have for my child and all of that. But then again, at no point in time would the Lord leave you in the dark about. Now, my daughter knows this, and she knows it too well. And when I asked her, I said, what is one thing as when she was going to secondary school. And I told her, I asked her, I said, so what is one thing, let me ask you, what is one thing that you know that may happen as you are going to school right now? I'm quoting her word for word. She says, if I do anything wrong, God will tell you. If I do anything wrong, God will tell you. Because my daughter and I have had a relationship over time that God talks to me about what she does. So I will call her and sit her there and say, look at what happened on so and so day. And she'll just be looking at me. He said, yes, Daddy, but let me explain how it happened. Let me explain how it happened. So right now, my child knows that there is nothing that happens you cannot do. No, we are of a different breed, a different kind. We are coming from somewhere and other. And every day, while we were talking, we were on a video call. Which day was that? That was on Friday, Saturday last week. It was a visiting day. We're on a video call and we're talking. And then she told me, say, Daddy, you see, in our school, everybody is just talking about my teachers are very happy that I am the child of NSPPD. They are very happy I'm the child of He said, Daddy, when I come back, you will teach me how somebody will be praying and be giving miracle to people. I am excited that I'm living the kind of life that is making my daughter hungry for God. Yes, sir. I am excited that I am, no matter what you call it, I don't want you to look at God and feel like God is boring. I don't want you to look at church and feel like church is boring. All this, no. Hang out here, babe. Hang out here, girl. It's working. It's working. We're making it work. And finally, man of God, even though you said I should avoid that question, but I will still visit that question because I need to answer that person very well, very well. The last one is
hearing God.
Hearing from God, like the man of God said, hearing from God is a full course. Is a full course. Is a full dossier on how to hear from God. But let me begin from start obeying the one in the Bible. Just those clear-cut instructions. Don't lie, don't do this other one, don't do something. It doesn't make sense if the ones that are written in black and white, you have not even obeyed them. You are not asking God, break it down to specific. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, that you cannot not obey the one he wrote down. You want him to talk some more. Is it for him to waste his words? So because the one he wrote for you, you have not even started obeying it. That's my own way of trying to say the foundation of hearing with your ear is tied to your reading and obeying. That is that for that. Let me go to the one the man of God say I should not go. And as you have looked at me like this, I want you to know that I want you to know that there are ways the devil fights people. And I want to the person who wrote this, I want you to know that the devil is fighting you. And you may not know it. You may not know it. And there is a blessing that God may have occasioned somewhere for you. And you are still using this perspective of, hey, you see, I even wore traditional. And you say, it's worldly. If I wore ripped tune, what would you have said? And you cannot continue. Listen, I'm praying for you. You can't continue with this mentality. It will stop where God is taking you to. It will stop where God is taking you to. Did you know? As in, and you even say this haircut like this. As it is like this. Okay, I know the problem is the line. It's the line. It's the line. But can I promise you, because you have complained about the line, Can I say this? Let me just say this. I'm afraid. I like to be all things to all men. So I want to say, man of God, you should have allowed me to say. Because you have complained about one, I'm gonna add another one. Please. All I'm asking you is to grow up. Whoever this is, because I don't know that you are a member of this church.
No, they are not.
Because if you are a member of this church, you will know that this is not our DNA.
No, be our member.
Because I need you to realize Christianity has left where you are. That place that you have kept yourself, Christianity has left where you are. And I'm begging you in the name of God, don't become a problem for yourself.